Hey everybody, and welcome back to more JoshL5. We are on level 86, Midnight Chardonnay. Ooh, wonder what Josh has been up to lately. And you'll notice that we've got a time on the upper right corner there. Now, before anyone wonders what that's all about, I'll go ahead and explain. I've actually already solved this level. I tried recording something last night. However, the next level was actually unsolvable, and I spent a good 30 or so minutes on it. So I've decided, once I figured out that it was unsolvable, to let Josh know, have him fix it, which he did, and start all over again. Because I actually want to talk about something in this Let's Play, and I want to do it in, familiar territory so I don't have to do a lot of thinking, especially since these levels are going to be harder now, given that they're placed at the end of the set, and I just totally ran into that bomb for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to talk about something, and that something is something I mentioned in the last video, which is my custom levels. The reason why I'm bringing this up here is because I figured this is a good place to do that, since a lot of the Chips Challenge community watches these videos, and although I've already posted about this on CC Zone, I figured, I might as well, mention it here as well for anyone who isn't on CC Zone watching this and is interested in custom levels and stuff, and who wants to hear a little bit more about why I chose to do this. You'll remember in the last video that I talked about my set JBLP2, which is supposed to come out sometime in the future. Well, after a lot of thinking, I've decided to just ditch that set and combine the levels that I've made for it with the levels I released for JBLP1. Now, before I get into why, let me just kind of give you guys a brief history of my level design. I started designing levels when I was about 8 years old, like 8, 9 or so. It was a long time ago. And back when I first started, I made a lot of really silly levels. I mean, I had like 2 level sets. One was called JB levels.dats, and another was called JB01. The first one had like 60 or so levels, and then the second one was like a full-fledged 149 level set. I mean, it was fun. It was a good set. I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't like the best thing ever or anything, but I mean, it was pretty decent, I think. So, I eventually lost all those levels when I moved from California to Texas. I started just making random levels that were inspired by stuff that people had submitted online, since by that point a lot more people had built levels for Chips Challenge. And a lot of them were just MS only rule set levels. I mean, they didn't work in links. But eventually I got the bright idea, why not make a level set that, can work in links? A lot of people didn't do that at the time. It was kind of a rare thing, but there were some designers who did. So I made a level set that worked in every single rule set, in Microsoft, in links, in pedantic links, whatever. I did pretty much all I could do to make my level set work, and I called this level set JoshL1. It was very reminiscent of like Chips Challenge 1 for a lot of people, I think. And oh, by the way, the hint down there, I'm not going to try to go and risk it to read that, but it says something about the wall formation being like a official level, but I don't know what that is. And also, how am I supposed to get that? Did I miss a suction boot? Okay, did I miss a suction boot? I must have. Let's just go here and just make sure. Yeah, I must have missed something. Okay, let's just start over. So yeah, I made this set called JoshL1. It was pretty well received, but I still had kind of a hankering for making Microsoft only levels. So I made another set called JoshL2, which had about 25 or so levels in it. It hasn't been updated since then. There was a certain audience that kind of liked it, but generally speaking, a lot of people didn't really play it at all, and some of the levels I think were even unsolvable, so I haven't really touched that level set since. But when CCLP3 submissions were pretty much coming to a close, I decided to just scrap a lot of my JoshL1 levels and start over again, and make a new set called JL1. JL was my first and last initial, for anyone who's wondering. This level set was supposed to have 149 levels to match an official set, but I was only able to make it to 100 before time ran out, basically, for submissions. I made like one more level after the fact, and put it at 101, But that was it. I mean, I didn't really do anything else other than that. I mean, oh, there's the suction boot. It's up there. Duh. Wait, I totally forgot to get the... Yeah, whoops. Hang on. Make sure I do that. There you go. So, you know, I was pretty happy with this. I mean, it was a pretty good setup. You know, I had some good levels and everything. But after CCLP3 was released, my design paradigm pretty much shifted. Like, my opinions about level design changed quite dramatically, and a lot of the levels I had built were pretty difficult. I mean, that was kind of what I was going for when I built the set. And I came to the conclusion that the vast majority of players probably wouldn't like them. So I decided to just start a completely new set, particularly in the wake of CCLP1 and everything that came with that. And I called this new set JBLP1. And the intent behind it was to start a whole new continuity with my levels. A whole new canon, I guess, if you will. And that was pretty much what it became. It had 100 levels, because that's kind of all I was able to manage before the CCLP1 submissions closed. And I was kind of getting tired of building levels, so I decided to just go ahead and release it, and 100 just seemed like a nice round number. So I went with it. And I released it, and at that point I decided that I would make 2 other 100 level sets, and then put the best levels in 149 level sets that I didn't really know what to name at that point. But anyway, recently, while building JBLP2, I decided to just go ahead and combine levels with JBLP1 to make it a 149 level set. Why am I doing this? Well, I'll go ahead and get to that, but first, I just gotta mention, this level's design is awesome. It's kind of frustrating in places, but I love this whole idea of gravity going up. I mean, there's been a lot of levels that have done that, but this one I think does it really well. Anyway, we gotta get the bugs here in these traps and create a nail here. But anyway, why am I choosing to combine the 2 sets together into one set? Well, there are a few reasons. The most important reason is that if I'm going to be realistic with myself, I can't honestly say that I'm going to have the time to make 50 more levels for this set in the next year or 2. I mean, I want to make sure this set is released at a pretty, you know, reasonable date. And I'm not going to be able to make the amount of levels that I'll need to make to match JBLP1's level counts in this amount of time. Particularly because I'm going to have a lot of major life changes coming up. I mean, I'm going to be moving, and there's going to be a lot that comes with that, for one thing. And there's going to be a number of other things I'm going to want to do and want to get into, and I'm going to have to let something go. I don't want to let this channel go, because, you know, I love doing Let's Plays. I mean, there's something that I can always do. I mean, I can always pick up a game, old or new, and do a Let's Play of it. I mean, no big deal. I enjoy doing it. It's a natural thing. You know, it's fun. Making levels, on the other hand, I mean, that's more of a creative pursuit. And the creative juices don't always flow. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, the creative juices, they tend to come only every once in a while. And the hint says, use these 2 blocks to partial post to the left. Alright? So, I mean, I've kind of been on a creative binge lately. But that's not a thing that happens all the time. It only happens every once in a while. And I know that I'm not going to have enough creative binges to get to another 50 levels within the next year. I mean, if I'm completely honest with myself. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that a lot of the levels I've been making for JBLP2 are pretty simple. I mean, they're not all easy, but for the most part, they're manageable. JBLP1 had, you know, it got rid of a lot of the hardest stuff that was from CCLP3. But at the same time, a lot of its hardest levels were pretty hard. I mean, they were still pretty challenging. And I want to build up to those levels a little bit better than I did just with the 100 levels. Whoa, that was close. Hang on a sec. Yeah, that part's a little hairy right there, but we made it. So a lot of these levels, I believe, will work well in conjunction with my existing JBLP1 levels to create a more gentle difficulty curve. The third reason is what I mentioned earlier about the whole set continuity thing. I'm trying to migrate all the JL1, John L1, whatever stuff into a JBLP sanctioned set, if you will. And what I mean by that, one sec. Okay, I want to make sure I sidestepped that correctly. What I mean by that is that I'm going to actually have a rejects level set. There's going to be the JBLP series, and there's going to be a reject set. And any level that I make that I don't really deem worthy of being in a JBLP set that I've made will be in the reject set. This also includes old versions of some of my levels, because I am remaking a few levels that were kind of a little bit atrociously difficult. So I want to make sure that they all fit into that sort of continuity, so the JL1 stuff, the John L1 stuff is in something that fits within that. People don't have to go back to those things to play those levels. So yeah, pretty much those are the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. And ultimately, I think the set will be better for it. It will add more variety. The difficulty curve will be gentler. You know, the continuity will be helped along a little bit. You know, it'll be much more full. I think it'll be good. And from what I can see about the composition of the set, I think there will be a lot of good variety in it. So hang on tight. I'll be making an announcement soon about the set because it's nearing completion. Like, as of right now, I've got only 4 levels left to make. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, that was my big long spiel. Sorry that took so long. But now we are going into the blind portion of the video here. And this level is called Subject to Flooding, and it seems to be a block pushing level. So let's see what we've got. I'm assuming that that's what I had to do. I don't think there was anything else I could really do. There's some ice here. It kind of reminds me of Pier 7 with all the blocks and ice and random stuff. So I have 2 blocks. Is there a place that I can get to? Yes, down there. This kind of reminds me of a level that I made for the revised JBLP1 called Walking on Broken Glace. It was basically a level where there's a bunch of water and ice, and you got to walk around on the ice. That was kind of the shtick of it. And I think that's probably going to be the wise option. Okay, I'm guessing that I had to push these here because, yeah, I mean, there really won't have any other use unless I push them up here, which I guess I could have done, but I guess either way would have required quite a few blocks. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't waste any. Okay, I still got more here. But yeah, the level involved like ice and some water that you couldn't walk into and some gliders going around in a circuit. I think it's pretty cool. But you guys will have to see it for yourself when the set comes out. Okay, so there's just chips scattered around. This is not so bad. This is pretty simple. It kind of reminds me of Pier 7 in a way, except not. And do I have to get over there, or is there another spot? Okay, there's a chip there, and this is the only way to get to it. I'm just checking to see what all I can reach. Like, there's really nothing there except the socket, and I don't know if there's any other way to get to the socket. There's also a yellow key, but that would require a lot of blocks. And there's also a walkway over there. Okay, well, there's where the yellow door is. There's another chip there. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I need to push blocks up this way, or what's connected up top. I feel like I should just test things out and just throw caution to the wind, but let me just check how many blocks I've got. At least I can push some down here because of the ice slide down over to the left. I'm tempted to just go ahead and build something up there. Maybe. Let's just see. I'm wondering if what's up there is connected to what's also up there on the left side. So how have you guys been doing lately? Everything been going okay for y'all? Life's been pretty good here. I've been actually home by myself over the last week or so because my parents have been on vacation. Just enjoying the summer up in Arkansas and Tennessee these past few days. So I've had the whole house to myself, which is pretty cool. I can be as loud as I want with recording! Yay! Okay, let's see what's up here. There's more blocks, which is good news. Okay, here's that ship. So this was... Well, it may not have been a good idea, because I could have theoretically reached this with only 4 blocks. I'm hoping that I haven't wasted anything. So now the question is, where are the last few chips? There's an area over there by the socket, so I'm going to assume that that's where I need to go. Okay, so there are flippers there. That's good. The other thing I'm wondering is if there are chips under some of these blocks. That might be the case. Let me just see. Nope, nothing. Huh, okay, so where could these be? Nothing else here. So I'm assuming that the yellow key is accessible only by flip. Oh, right, we got this thing. Right, I forgot about this thing. I hope we have enough blocks. I really hope we've got enough. Also, do I have any more from up here or not? Is this... I think I used up everything. Yep, I used up everything. And that's the... Yeah, the yellow key one is over there. So that's what has to destroy the... Oh, okay, I see. I put it there on the left and then I come around. Okay, I gotcha. I was wondering, like, how do you do that? I was hoping I didn't mess up the stuff from the start there. Okay, so I just need 3 more blocks. If I have 3 more blocks, I should be good. I think it's 3 more if I've counted right. I just hope I didn't, you know... Nope, I did. I wasted a block. Okay. Yep, so it looks like you need every single block. There's no way else to do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and bridge this way. I guess I should have known just because there were, you know, there was a chip right there. And now that I think about it, I wonder if the exact number of blocks you need is... Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, you do have to go down first. Okay. Yeah, that was stupid. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so you do have to go down first. Yeah, we even noticed this. There was only one path that had 2 blocks to use to get through it. And I don't know why I went 1 extra space there. Alright. I do like the nice open atmosphere of this. It's a nice reprieve after the last 2 levels. Which were pretty awesome, by the way. I loved Midnight Chardonnay. I enjoyed Vertiginous Landscape. It was an interesting concept. I'm not sure it would be my favorite concept ever. But it was enjoyable. I will say that. It was definitely enjoyable. As for this... I think what I'll do is... Yeah, I'll just stick with that. I think that's the wise move. And let me just go ahead and go up to the top part over there. Except I can't. Okay, so I can't do that because there's no ice slide. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we can't do that. We do have to approach it from the right side. So what was I missing then? I must have been wasting a block somewhere else. Was it at the bottom with all those blocks there on the left side? I think I may have wasted one there. Let's see if that was what it was. So I do recall there was like one other place where I wasn't doing everything exactly the optimal way. So I'm going to go ahead and use this because this requires less blocks. And I'm going to go ahead and just bridge using these for now, and then I'll retrieve those later once I have enough. Well, I do have enough room here, but once I have more room. Like that. Okay. So now I think that was what I did wrong. I wasted blocks by going along the bottom. Okay, so now let's get this. Let's just do all of our stuff here. Get this guy. I don't think there's any better way to do that. Pretty sure there isn't. Yeah, okay, let's just bridge up there. I think that this is the only way you can really do it. The aesthetic of this level is really cool, by the way. Like, you really do feel like this is a landscape. It's not just, you know, a bunch of tiles laid out neatly in the editor. But yet, it once again, it strikes that balance of calculated placement, but not such a calculated look. I know that sounds like a weird way to describe it, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's grab one more to use up there, and then we'll use all of the rest into the socket area. Or on the socket area. Alright, including these. Well, and we also have to build that one bridge up over... Wait, did we basically make ourselves unable to do that? Because of that whole retrieval problem we had. Because that was just like right here, right? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, that's a relief. Okay, let me just take care of this little thing first. Yeah, I'm going to use these blocks here because why not? Okay, so I could theoretically get to the socket from here as well, but I do need to get down there to get that last chip. Do I have enough blocks for this? I'd like to think I do. I got 1, 2... Wait, just 2? I thought for sure I had more than that last time. How do I only have 2 blocks? No, seriously, like, how do I only have 2 blocks? Okay, this is not good. This is really not good. I don't think I've got anything else, do I? And even if I had something up here, I couldn't really use it. Yeah, I think I've pretty much run out of blocks, unless there's some in the upper right corner. Did I leave some in the upper right corner? I thought I was short only 1 block last time. And the whole thing in the lower left was what was keeping me from solving this. Okay, good. Here they are. Okay, wow, that was close. I completely forgot about these. Okay, that was kind of scary, and I almost ran right into the water there. So one thing that I really want to do as a level designer in the future, whenever I make levels, is I really want to get this concept mastered that Josh is so good at, of, you know, making a level that has some confinements, but then opening everything up at the end. Like, he's really good at that. You'll notice throughout the set there's examples of that everywhere. Like, we can get the flippers and we can go all over the place now, which is so awesome. So now let's just go over here and just grab this block, position it right there, and we are done. Alright. Let us be superior. Use blocks to guide 1 fireball per corridor to hit a red button. All fireballs are facing north. I guess that's for Microsoft Chips Challenge players. Okay, so am I allowed to clone as many blocks as I want? Okay, apparently so. What happens if I just really... Oh, wait, I just trapped myself. Never mind. Alright, so we do need to use the blocks to guide them along. But the problem is that I can only block these things up so much. So if I were to... Okay, I can put 2 blocks there. Let's try that. Because I think I can. Okay, thankfully there are multiple clone machines. That's a relief. Oh, really? Wait, I can just nail one there. I can just nail one. There we go. I'm sure that's technically cheating in terms of the intended solution, but I don't care. To get up there. See, I don't want to hit any of the buttons. That's the problem. How do I make sure I don't hit the buttons? Maybe I have to do the... See, maybe I should do the ones up here first, because the buttons are on top of the traps. So to get to here, I'm going to have to really zigzag this guy. See, the problem is that here, if I try to go to the right, I can't really place a block here unless I just nail everything. And I'm not sure I really want to do that, but I may not have a choice. You know what? I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm just going to do that. Put that down there. And I'll make him turn to the left, which is my right, from the player point of view here, like this. So he'll come out here, he'll go down here, and then he'll go this way, and then I can just put one block. Oh, but now we've got the issue of, okay, I'll have to set the rest of this up first, because I can't really push anything out from here. Okay, so then he's going to come over here. And I got the same issue. But I've also got the issue of not blocking this up. Ugh, yeah, this is tricky. Wow, I may have to set up like tons of nails to make this work. I really may have to do that. I'm just thinking right now. See, the problem is I can't... In links, I wouldn't be able to just keep a block here with nothing up above it, so that would not work. I don't really want to go over there, because then it's going to start hitting everything else. Okay, so right now, it's hitting this. Oh, wait, it can just turn to the right here, hit this, and then... Yeah, okay, never mind. What am I thinking? You can just bounce right off the force floors. That, yeah, okay, that saves me a lot of trouble. But the problem, though, is getting down over there to this square. How am I going to manage that? Because it has to get into this square where I'm standing. And I can't do that without the block just stuck right here. I mean, I hate to cheat like that and not come up with a solution that works in links. And I'm also running out of time. Good grief. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm thinking about just doing this level in the next video because my brain is fried right now. I'm honestly just not really up for thinking this to this degree at this point. So I'm going to do this level next time. I'm sorry to call it quits early like this, but I'm spent right now. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. On the flip side, right? Take care, everybody, and I'll see you then.